Okay, hello everyone. Thank you for being here tonight. Taking some time from your busy schedule. We're very glad today to present one of the new institutions that Destino Australia and Nueva Zelanda is working with, and that's New Horizons. And tonight we have Henry Dolezal, who is International Business Development Manager for New Horizons. And he will be giving us the presentation today. Henry, thank you very much for being here with us tonight.
Thank you, Alejandra, for your introduction. Thanks so much. As you mentioned, my name is Henry, guys. I'm working for New Horizons. Thank you also for joining us today to the webinar. I'm gonna have a little bit of presentation for you today, and then we're gonna talk more about our programs, a bit more about New Horizons, so you have a better understanding what our programs and qualifications are about, why is it unique to the other providers, and we will be going through it. Now, just to let you know, throughout some section, I will be also uploading to the platform here for you documents that you can download. I will always let you know on each slide you can download a specific flyer from us that you can review even after the webinar ends. If you will have any questions, please make sure you let us know. Keep it now, and at the end we're gonna do Q&A.
That's correct. You can write your questions on the chat.
Wonderful.
And we'll answer at the end.
Beautiful. So I think let's start. Let's start from the presentation. And let me start telling you a little bit more about New Horizon Institute of Technology. So who and what the company is about? We are specializing in technology and professional development courses. We have in Australia over 20 years of experience on the domestic side, and overseas over 35 years. The company has been created in America, in the United States, and across the globe, we have 250 centers, which are for the domestic side students. Now, 2 years ago, we decided to do for international students our programs because we have special certification, which I'll be talking about later on. And that's why it's a little bit unique towards the other programs that are offered from other providers. We've been also awarded as a top 20 IT companies in the world for the 11th year, which was great achievement from New Horizons. We've been working for several years with Microsoft Gold and Oracle and Cisco. We are having our domestic and international students in the same campus, which is a great way how our international students can engage with the domestic students and see how it actually is in Australia in the market as well. In total, we have over 5,000 students per year internationally. Now, let me tell you a little bit more about our locations and also our qualifications. We are across 3 different cities. Our campuses are in Sydney, Melbourne and Brisbane. What is really important for you to know that we are always located in a CBD, in a downtown area, to make sure that our students can travel easily through the public transportation, and many of them are living in a city, so it's quite easy for them to get to our institute. The qualification that we are offering would be Diploma of Project Management, Diploma of Information Technology, and Advanced Diploma of IT. So many of you might be interested either in project management, which is obviously more focusing on the projects. The Diploma of IT is talking more about the programming, software development, and the Advanced Diploma of IT is going much deeper into the IT sector. We will talk about it in a second a little bit more. Now, let me just jump on the next one. These are the examples of some of our study options that students are choosing. We had lots of, for example, civil engineers from Latin America who were interested to study Diploma of Project Management as per the option 1, but then also receiving further information regarding Diploma of IT and the Advanced Diploma of IT. This takes you in total to 3.5 years, which is very, very important for the students who are planning their future either overseas or in going back afterwards and getting some extra qualification. The option 2 is in a way more popular because many of students already know and have specific idea what they want to do in the future with their employment. So they go from Diploma of IT and then Advanced Diploma of IT, or Project Management and then Advanced Diploma of IT. This one is for 2.5 years. Students can access even our Advanced Diploma of IT directly. If you would be interested in getting without the diploma and starting and enrolling directly to the Advanced Diploma, it is also possible. There is no prerequisite of the experience in the past necessary for this. Let's talk a little bit more about the certification that I mentioned earlier. As I said, New Horizon is providing not only the qualification, which is the diplomas and advanced diplomas, but we are also including globally recognized certifications for the icons. Apologies for the icons that you can see here. I hope you can all see it. There you go. And they are SQL Server Project Java 8, SharePoint, Microsoft Azure, HTML, and Prince2. These are the vendor certification that we are including for our students to get. Some of you might have already heard of it in the past. This is something that is not going on your resume only as an educational background, but it's also going as a skill set. And you might already know that on your resume, the first top section is usually about your skill set before you go to the work experience. This is the main reason why students are choosing to study at New Horizons, because they want to get something more than just the qualification diploma at the end of their study. So you will be getting also extra documents, which are the certificates that are here in this slide. Some of them, like for example, Prince2, will be done by exam. You will get preparation obviously from our trainers before the exam will be happening. It's usually in term 2. Some of them are done by certification of attendance that you are receiving the training for them. I will be also showing you some flyers later on, which will be downloadable on this platform. So I will let you know at the time when it's there. Now let's move to the next one. So let's talk a little bit more about the Diploma of Project Management. Regarding the requirements, you will have to be having English proficiency at least at IELTS 5.5 or equivalent, which would be upper intermediate level in this case. You also have to complete of year 12, which would be any type of, most of the students will have either year 12 or bachelor degree. Now, the project management, after you complete this course and get all the certification, as you can see on the top, the vendor certification, the position that you can expect would be anywhere from project administrator, coordinator, to project manager. Usually, what is really important to understand here, if you will receive just the qualification, usually they're going to ask, employers might ask you to get more experience. However, again, because of the vendor certification that we are providing, that goes on your resume as a skill, it's important to understand that that's going to help you in looking for jobs, either in Australia or even overseas. Regarding the Diploma of IT, we can have the requirements for the enrollment exactly the same way. We can skip that because that's going to be exactly the same, equivalent 5.5 or upper intermediate. The jobs, however, are a little bit different. The diploma is focusing very much on the software development and how to create the websites, even some basic games in Java 8 Eclipse, because students are learning about that. And also you will be including the Prince2, which will be done by exam. The jobs, the positions that you can expect would be website administrator, IT help desk, because some of the students got in the past jobs opportunities for the junior position in IT as a help desk, or even front end web or up to a producer. But this one is definitely for those students who are already a little bit advanced, to make sure that they can support that information in their interviews when they are applying for the jobs. The Advanced Diploma of IT, as I mentioned earlier, is a little bit more deeper. So while the Diploma of IT is focusing on, developing the website and so on, the Advanced Diploma is looking at it from the back side, from the end of it, which would be database, creating many different networks to make sure that you can support, you can publish websites and so on. That's why the certification for the Advanced Diploma are SQL Server, Microsoft SharePoint, and also Azure Cloud Platform, which are really important when students would like to one day manage many websites around. The diploma of information technology obviously is included in that. The entry requirements here are a little bit higher. It's IELTS 6, which will be equivalent of end of upper intermediate, or it will be advanced level. The positions we will be talking about here when you are interested to either to get here in Australia or overseas would be anywhere from database administrator, software developer, applications programmers. I can tell you, to give you a bit of idea, in Australia, usually these junior positions are anywhere between $55,000 to $65,000, which is a very good amount per year to receive in Australia for junior positions in this sector. Now, let's move a little bit more regarding the timetable. Timetable is 2 days per week. You have options to choose between two different days. We are having Monday and Tuesday option, and the second option would be Thursday and Friday. The days are always from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's important that to understand that you are not just sitting in a classroom listening to the trainer. Our study plan is created a little bit differently. We want to make sure that you are understanding also how to work with the software, how to have a hands-on experience. That's why our lectures and practicum are more combined together. So while you're listening what the trainer is saying, throughout the day you will have several sections when you will be working on and as a practicum to get more experience and have more understanding besides just the theory. Holidays would be for students every 10 weeks. So each term is 10 weeks, and then each students will be receiving 3 weeks of holidays. And obviously the courses, the diplomas, as you could see before, they are 1 year in length, which is 52 weeks. And the advanced diploma is going for 1.5 years. We are having 8 intakes each year. You can see in 2019, we already removed 2 of those which were earlier. The next intake will be actually next week, which is 15th of April, 20th of May, 15th of July, August, October, and November. We are having also the same intakes for the next year. Now, what is really important at New Horizons for us is to receive students, and when they have questions, they always going to be supported from our side in our campuses. So we are providing them with services not only from orientation or boarding, but we also have dedicated student services officers that are making sure the students are receiving support. You might sometimes struggle with looking for jobs, or you might have some situation with your rent, with your landlord. It's really important for you to know that you consider us as well for this stuff and for that kind of help, because we just had recently a few students who were looking for jobs and needed to upgrade their resume. They needed to get a little bit more information. So luckily, we have some people who used to work in recruitment, so they were just helping them with this kind of stuff as well. It's definitely something we don't have a problem with. Students are our priority one to make sure that they are supported in this regard as well. We have academic support who are our trainers. I want to make sure that you should know that our trainers are always native speakers, and they were actually the trainers who were teaching and training the domestic side, who are already professionals. This is really important for you to know, because you will be expecting that the trainers are very high standard and knowledgeable people. We are also having few students which we are having in Sydney and Melbourne campus who are having a casual position with us at New Horizons. One of them is in Sydney, who is working at our IT department, and the other student here in Melbourne is actually doing admin positions. This is something which we wanted to introduce to our students as an option. It's obviously for those who are very interested in the course, very passionate about what they study, and they are very good at it as well. And it's in a way a bit of reward for them to make sure that they can put on their resume experience and work experience in Australia. This internship is obviously paid, it's not for free. So we are actually paying to the students a salary as its casual position. Now, let me talk a little bit more about the higher education and our LECOS providers. Why many students who studying with us are going to be studying only vocational courses. Several of them are interested in studying with us first and then enrolling to universities to get credit transfers. New Horizon is proud to say that we have enough or many universities that are working with us for the articulation, which one of them is Southern Cross University, University of Southern Queensland, Western Sydney, Griffith University, CQU, and Australian Institute of Education. These universities are offering us credit transfer for the students. For example, Southern Cross University is offering 1.5 year exemption for the students who are studying with us advanced diploma. Just to make it easier to understand, and obviously Alejandra and I can address that later on, Southern Cross University, if the students studying with us advanced diploma, they will remove from their bachelor degree, which is for 3 years, 1.5 year. This means that students will study with us 1.5 year and then 1.5 year more bachelor. This is obviously beneficial for many reasons. A, you will be receiving the certification with New Horizons, which you can't get anywhere else in Australia in an education provider. And secondly, it's also making it cheaper for the students to study bachelor degree because higher education can be quite expensive many times. Regarding the ELICOS, we also work with these providers, what you see at the bottom. We're working with them in a way that you can study more English there and obviously enroll in our vocational courses later on. Now, I would like to tell you, as I mentioned earlier, the flyers that I mentioned, they will be here now for you to download. This is one of the certification, this is Advanced Diploma of IT, and I believe Alejandra has just uploaded it to the platform. So if you would like to download it, you will be able to do it now. I will just quickly explain you the information that you saw from the presentation regarding the courses. They are all pretty much here. You can see how many units you will be studying as a student, quick course overview at the top, and also what you will gain. So the all icons that you are receiving in advanced diploma are in this flyer as well, including intakes. And on the left side bottom, on the right side bottom, you can see the eligibility and also start your career, what kind of position you can expect that we covered today. Now, I will move on to the next one, which will be a little bit more about the tuition fees, what we can expect. As we were celebrating, as we were awarded from Microsoft the new year of working with them as a gold partner, we are promoting next two intakes, which is April, May intake for the students to receive extra specials. Our courses are normally for 8,000 diplomas and the advanced diploma for 16,000. However, we decided to promote it for the next 2 months in regards that the students pay for the diplomas $1,750 per term, which takes you to $7,000 for the whole year, and $2,000 for the advanced diploma. And the advanced diploma again is 1.5 year. Later, I will show you the payment plan for this for these options that you can have it as well. This flyer should be now for you able to download it as well. I believe it should be right there. Alejandra, I believe she uploaded it right now. Let's move on to the summary, certification summary. This is something which we spoke about earlier, and this is one of the main things for you to understand what New Horizon is doing. However, sometimes, as I said earlier, some of you might already have understanding of what the certifications are, some of you seeing it for the first time. This flyer, which you will again be able to download right now at this moment, you will be able to get a little bit of summary. Obviously, you can go always on Google and get more information there, but it's very good for you to get quick summary from each certification to understand what it is about. All the certification on these 2 pages that you can see is actually included in our qualification that is for international students. And that's pretty much regarding the presentation what we discuss. Now we're going to be taking Q&A from you if you have any questions. Please follow us on Facebook. You can get there more information regarding us. You can also contact us there. Otherwise, Alejandra will be happy to assist you as well in the future if you have any inquiries regarding our qualification and needing to get more information about visa and how to get to Australia. Now, Alejandra, please tell me, did you want me to cover anything else? Is there anything question from you?
Okay, yes, maybe. How would it be the process if they want to go from one of your programs to university?
Wonderful. So what we can do, and I will just go quickly to back slides to the university sections. Let me just go. Perfect. So these are the universities we're working. If you will be, for example, interested to study Diploma of IT or Advanced Diploma of IT with us and then going to the bachelor degree, what we're gonna do, we will issue you with letter of offer for our course, and then what's gonna happen, I apologize. Apologies for that. And then what's gonna happen is that you will send our letter of offer to these specific universities that you have front of you on this slide. This will achieve that they will understand we have articulation with them, and based on that they will issue conditional letter of offer. And after you finish with us to study the vocational courses, you will be able to enroll in the higher education.
Okay, great. Thank you. And for example, if the student wants to go into another university which you don't have articulation with, is that possible? Would they also be getting any credits, you think, for the programs that you give?
Absolutely, this is definitely possible as well. We are having these universities that we work with, but that doesn't mean you're not gonna get credit transfer for the other universities. It's only regarding these universities that we can guarantee how much credits you will get to transfer. For example, as I said, I can already tell you that if you students are interested in IT studying bachelor at Southern Cross University, you will get 1.5 years to be removed. In universities that we don't work with, they will still give you credit transfer, but I will not be able to provide further information which and how many credits are to transfer.
Okay. Thank you, Henry. So the programs are suitable for people who just finished high school. Is it better for them to take the courses before getting into the bachelor's degree, or someone that already has a bachelor can do them as well?
Absolutely. The students are, we have students who already studied bachelor degree in Latin America, for example, or even in Europe. And then they come here and they want to get a little bit different understanding. Also, because the certification is already included, they are happy to receive that to upgrade their resume. Some of the students are really coming here right after they finish, like you said, high school, college, and they just come directly here without real experience of IT or having understanding of project management, for example. It's absolutely fine. That's not a problem at all. They can enroll directly. Our study plan is really aligned in a way that they are starting with the easier subjects and slowly but progressively moving on to the more difficult ones.
Okay, great. I'm getting some other questions from other chats that my colleagues are sending me. So, for example, what happens if they don't have the minimum English requirements? Do they go to these ELICOS partners that you have, or how does it work?
So you can actually choose any ELICOS providers. The only thing, again, we, for example, work with English Unlimited that is providing a pre-arrival test online. So you can get the online test done there to assess your level of English, and based on that, you can enroll in any of the ELICOS providers. We work with these, but that doesn't mean you need to follow these only. We obviously, if
okay, great, thank you. You internships. Do you help them, or do you place the students in the internship with a particular company, and for how long?
So the internship at this moment, we have few options, which I mentioned. We have 2 students who got the casual position at New Horizons. The internship in general, it's quite more tricky regarding IT because many companies are protecting their security data and that kind of stuff. We are planning this in the future. We are currently working with few companies to see if we could elaborate further regarding the internship. But at this moment, given that we are giving some casual positions even to our students here to get some experience for them on their resume, we are working on the internship that would not be paid, but it would be in external companies.
Okay. Thank you. Another question they're asking, can they, if they have already, for example, started in Sydney campus, can they move to Melbourne or Brisbane if they want to, even though they haven't finished?
This is a very good question, Alejandra, and it's definitely something which needs to be addressed. So yes, the answer is yes, you can as a student enroll in Melbourne, for example, study for 6 months here and then go to Sydney. Important about this is that we are not charging any extra transfer fee for this action. So if the student just gets a different job opportunity in other cities, or they will feel that they know someone in other city that they would like to move, it's definitely possible. We encourage our students to do so because obviously it is all about the experience they receive in Australia. So we want them to see more cities if possible.
Okay, great. Yes, because sometimes that can happen.
That's exactly right. It's funny you actually mention it because we just had last month one student from Sydney who will just study here in Melbourne for 6 months, and then he still wants to go to Brisbane as well. So it's definitely possible. And this student is from Netherlands.
Okay, great example. Thank you. I think we have one more question. What happens if they decide, can they also change a program? For example, if they began with a project management, then by halfway they say, oh no, I think I like IT better. Can they do that?
Yeah, that's definitely possible. It purely really depends on what students prefer. So we don't want our students to be spending time on something that they're not gonna enjoy. And even just by the end of the year, as I said, they need to prove they have the knowledge of it. We will make sure of that, but they need to be passionate about it. So if the students would find themselves in a situation that, oh, I started doing project management and I like it, but at the same time I feel I'm more inclining to do IT, that's absolutely fine. We can do that as well.
Okay, excellent. And I think one more question as well. They're asking if they can work while they're studying.
Yeah, so this is obviously a very important question to ask for any students who are traveling to Australia. When you are coming to Australia as an international student, you will be able to study and work for 20 hours per week, which is 40 hours per fortnight. This is usually what students prefer to do because you want to have a right balance of work and also study plan. As I mentioned, our studying is for 2 days per week, which we want to make sure that the students also have time for their other activities. Work is one of them. So you will be able to work for sure.
Excellent. I think we don't have any more questions. Let me see. No, not in the other chat. Okay. My colleagues are saying that that's all they have.
Okay.
Yes. So I don't know if you have anything else to add.
I would pretty much at this moment just like to summarize where you can find more information. Obviously, you, Alejandra, will be getting in touch with some of the students who will have inquiries. Alejandra, has all information as our agent partner and a representative for that location, that destination. So if you guys have any questions, you can contact always us or Destino as well, and we are happy to provide more information if needed. I hope you were able to download some of the flyers that we were posting today on this platform. If not, again, just contact us and we can resend it to you via email as well.
Correct. Yeah, I just wrote down my email address there. You will be seeing it at the top of the chat. So that's Alejandra at destinoaustralia.com.mx. So please, guys, whoever is ready to start the process, if you're interested in studying in New Horizons, please contact me. Anyone from the team can help you out. And yeah, I think that's it. Henry, thank you so much for being here with us. Let me turn on my camera.
All good.
Thank you very much,
My
Erin.
pleasure. My pleasure, Alejandra. Just to let you know, I wasn't actually working on anything else. I was writing to the chat on this webinar that you can see my email as well if you have any questions, or like you said, Alejandra, they can contact you. But my email should be there now visible as well. Thank you, everyone, for attending today. I hope the point of this webinar was not to get you bored. I didn't want to go to every single detail. It's more about giving you overview why New Horizon is a little bit unique in a way what they offer. Why is it different to the other providers, and to get a bit of understanding how our campus works. So I hope that you were able to get some information from today's webinar.
Sorry, Henry, we got another question on the chat at last one. How long does the application process takes to receive my letter of offer?
Very, very good. So our admission is actually having 24 hours. We have policies in place that are assuring that we issue the letter of offer 24 hours after receiving the application. It's the same thing with the COE. If we receive all documents, which is SOP, regular documentation, passport, and application, signed letter of offer for the COE, we can issue it within 24 hours.
Excellent. Okay, well, I think that's it. We don't have any more questions. Again, Henry, thank you so much for being here with us, for your time. And I hope you have a great day.
Yeah, same to you. Have a good night. I know it's a little bit later than us, so we are having before 11 a.m. So have a good night, everyone.